Perfect Face Productions welcomes you back for part 2 of The Tabby Caper, where we introduced you to Victor Graves, a cynical, world-weary detective with a sharp mind and sharper tongue, and Eddie Slick Marino, a nervous informant who always seems to be one step away from trouble. What we learned from The Tabby Caper Part 1.
Mrs. Eleanor Higginbottom's prize Siamese, Duchess. Report says she was snatched right out of her penthouse at the Sanctuary Arms. The animal's valued at $30,000.
Tell the captain I'm on it. It was time to give Eddie a call.
Oh, Vic. Hey!
And I heard a whisper about a certain Red being interested in rare breeds.
Red? Vic, you don't want to mess with Red.
You're coming with me, Eddie.
Me? Vic, no!
The Velvet Threshold. Don't sneeze on the furniture. Red's signature red lapel pin.
Is my nose off kilter? With Vic and Eddie now inside Red's den of danger, will Red play nice? Will Duchess ever see Mrs. Higginbottom's puss again? And now, The Tabby Caper, Part 2. Cue obligatory saxophone.
We were settled into booth 3, the velvet thick and dark as a fresh bruise. Red sat at the bar, nursing a cigar and what looked like a glass of aged brandy. He moved with the slow, deliberate grace of a predator, even when he wasn't moving at all. He hadn't turned our way yet, but I could feel his eyes on us. He knew we were there. He always knew.
Detective Graves and Marino. A pleasure to see familiar, if unwanted, faces gracing my establishment. I trust the velvet is to your liking.
We're big fans, Mr. Red. Always catch a show. From a distance, of course. Big fans of the, ambience. The velvet ambience.
Distance has its perks, Mr. Marino. You see more of the scenery. Or perhaps you simply feel safer. What brings two such discerning connoisseurs of the city's underbelly to my humble threshold tonight? Don't tell me you're here for the milk.
We're here on a mutual friend's behalf, Red. Duchess. You know, the Siamese. $30,000 worth of purr and pedigree.
Ah, my little diva. She has a flawless pedigree, Detective. Worth more than this club, perhaps, and considerably less noisy. What about her?
We're willing to pay whatever it takes, whatever the going rate is for fluffy valuables. No questions asked. We just want her back safe and sound.
Money is the easiest part, Mr. Marino. Loyalty, once spent, doesn't always return. And safety? Now there's a rich concept. Tell me, Detective, what's your definition?
Duchess has been through enough, Red. She's a cat, not a commodity. We just want her safe and sound, back in her own silk bed.
Perhaps you underestimate what I built here, Detective. I'm not a monster, just a businessman. A businessman with certain specialized interests. Interests that sometimes align with valuable, let's say, collectibles.
Business doesn't explain the custom-built crate found at the docks last week, Red. Or the canceled vet invoices in your name. Invoices for feline sedatives. You're playing a dangerous game with this one.
You listen too much to paperwork, Graves. Sometimes instinct is the real ledger. What you read on paper rarely tells the full story.
I have instincts. My instincts told me to run when you let that cigarette ash fall on my shoe just now. That was deliberate, wasn't it? My shoe's brand new.
Look, this isn't theater, Red. We can do this the hard way or the easy way. Your choice.
I admire your gumption, Detective. Truly. But guns don't operate on velvet cushions. Not in my club. The law has its jurisdiction, and I have mine. You'll have your cat, but not tonight. My schedule is quite full. Return at dawn and drink less milk, Mr. Marino. It spoils the ambiance.
I'll whiskey it next time. Or brandy, like you. Whatever makes me brave.
Dawn it is, Red. Just remember, the sun always rises. And when it does, so do the consequences. Enjoy the jazz. We walked into the cool night with a promise and a deadline. Eddie's milk survived the encounter. Our optimism? Less so. Red was playing a game, and he seemed to hold all the cards. But I had a wild card up my sleeve. A hunch that dawn might come a little earlier than he expected.
So, dawn? That's like 3 hours from now, Vic. My watch is broken, but even I know that. We're just gonna wait?
Time zones shift in jazz clubs, Eddie. For Red, dawn isn't sunrise. It's when his little velvet sanctuary clears out and the night's business is put to bed. That's our window. This is now for us.
My watch is broken. I knew I should have bought that Fed watch. They're supposed to be waterproof, too, and my rabbit's foot keychain isn't doing nothing.
Focus, Eddie. We're not waiting. We slip in through the back, force the lock if needed. No noise. This is where your particular talents come in handy. Remember those lock-picking skills you swore you learned from a correspondence course?
Oh, yeah. The art of the burglar course. Got an A in lockpicking, B- in not leaving fingerprints. Good luck, charmed. Don't fail me now. This is where all those sleepless nights practicing on my apartment door pay off.
All right, on my count. 1, 2...
Am I supposed to hold my breath, Vic? I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Only if you want to wake half the block when you hit the pavement. Now! Inside, the club's empty shell echoed with our footsteps, each one unnervingly loud. The air was colder now, thick with stale smoke and the ghost of last night's revelry. Each room was a shrine to jazz and ill-gotten gains. My gut told me we were in the right place.
Boxes, Vic. Crates. And is that a veterinary receipt taped to the wall over there? For exotic animal services? Oh, wow. And it's dated just last week.
Proof of purchase or proof of something else? Doesn't matter. We find Duchess and go. She won't be in the main club. Red deals in more than just entertainment here. He's got a back room for his collectibles.
Oh, she's here! Duchess! Oh, Duchess, you poor thing! Oh, good girl, Duchess. You ready to go home? Vic, she looks a little sedated, but she's okay. She's beautiful.
Time for an encore exit, Eddie. And a quiet one this time.
No problem, Vic. I can be as quiet as a choice mouse. You don't have to worry about me. Oh, for Pete's sake! Jeez, oh, Pete. Sorry, Vic, sorry. At least I didn't drop Duchess. But I think I'm gonna need something for the big scratch she just gave me on my arm.
Eddie, are you trying to get us caught? You'd think I'd learn my lesson and work a case alone.
Hey, go get him. Did you hear that? The lamps are right here.
Oh, crap! They're on to us! Vic, they're here! I knew that milk was a bad omen. What do we do?
We improvise. Like jazz, Eddie. Remember your assets. Jokes, a bowling pin charm. Make some noise, lead them away.
Hey, over here, you big dogs.
stay right
You
there.
looking for me? I got stories. Really bad jokes. Don't look in the crates.
Over here.
There's the little rat.
Don't let him get away.
Run, Eddie! Straight for the street! We burst into the alley, hearts racing against the storm. The night was still dark, but we had Duchess, a $30,000 cat tucked safely under Eddie's arm, and the storm was on our side. The chase was on, and this was only the beginning of the end for Red. His time will come, but right now we needed to get Duchess back in her velvet throne. The night was still young, but the storm was letting up. We'd given Red's boys the slip, and Duchess, a $30,000 purr machine, was safe. Our next call was to Captain Miller at the precinct. He could break the news to Mrs. Higginbottom. Eddie, still clutching the cat like a winning lottery ticket, was already complaining about the long walk back to my car.
She's safe, Vic. Duchess is safe. $30,000 of pure, unadulterated feline magnificence. Who knew a cat could cause so much trouble? In pain? My arms are aching from all this running and that scratch she gave me. And my stomach. Don't even ask about my stomach.
You can thank that milk you insisted on, Eddie. He usually doesn't agree with nocturnal detective work, or any work for that matter.
Oh, that. Yeah, that milk at Red's Club. It really did a number on me. My stomach was doing the cha-cha all night. Should have stuck to coffee like you, Vic. Never again, milk in a velvet club. It's an unholy combination.
Captain Miller took the call. A few terse words from my end and a relieved sigh from his. Duchess would be back in her silk bed before dawn. And Red? Well, he would have a lot of explaining to do. The precinct would handle the rest from here. The payment for Duchess' return was wired directly to my account. Enough to cover my overdue rent, a new fedora, and maybe even a decent cup of coffee for a change. Eddie, bless his perpetually nervous heart, got his cut and immediately started talking about opening a legitimate pet-sitting service for high-end animals. I gave him 2 weeks before he lost a hamster to a snake. Back in the office, the rain had stopped. The city was settling down for a quiet Wednesday. Duchess was home. Red was on the run. And the world spun on. Another case closed. Another mystery unraveled. And another reminder that sometimes the biggest trouble comes in the smallest, furriest packages. Tomorrow would bring a new sunrise, and with it, no doubt, a new set of problems. But for tonight, the only thing on the menu was the quiet hum of the city, the soft glow of my desk lamp, and the taste of a decent bourbon. And maybe, just maybe, I'd earned a moment of peace before the next catastrophe came calling.
Thank you for joining us for the conclusion of The Tabby Caper. Look for more stories from the desk of Victor Graves as he and his sidekick informant Eddie continue to move through the city's underbelly, trying to keep crime at bay. The roles of Victor Graves and the doorman were performed by Aaron Frick. The roles of Eddie Marino, the dispatcher, the bartender, and Red were performed by Greg Rogers. Produced by Perfect Face Productions. Written and edited by Aaron Frick and Greg Rogers. Sound effects sourced from Pixabay, Sound Dino, Epidemic Sound, and BBC Sound Effects. Sound effects chosen for production by Aaron Frick and Greg Rogers. Engineering by Aaron Frick. If you liked this episode, please let us know and give us a follow.